Thank the coaching staff enough for teaching me those lessons in life. Thank you very much.
When I entered high school in 1982, the star of the team was number 21. It was a halfback. His name is Steve Gorog. He's going to come up and speak right now. Steve Gorog.
Wow, this is amazing. Rodney called me about 3 weeks ago and told me what was happening. The minute I hung up with Rodney, I made my plane reservations out here. Nothing was going to keep me from coming out here to honor all of our great coaches, see all these great faces again after all these years. It is truly amazing. Rodney, thank you. All the organizers, thank you. Unbelievable event, and I'm honored and humbled to be part of it. So I'm here, I'm going to talk a little bit about Coach Belliveau, but I do want to again extend all of my admiration and appreciation for all of the coaches, Coach Tardivi, Bodner, Chris Hickok, and all they've done for us. Obviously you've heard a lot of words, you'll hear more words, but it's been truly a kind of a life base. It's where we started. And I truly appreciate everything that you guys have done. Jan Belliveau. Talked about some football. I'm going to go down memory lane. Let's go back in history a little bit. Scott mentioned my father, Steve Gorog Sr., who I think all of you went through at one point in your life or another. So back in it's been late 50s. I think the graduation date was 1960. My father and Jan Belliveau were running back teammates at Morris Hills. So the Gorogs and the Belliveaus go back a long way. As a matter of fact, and Jan just reminded me of this today, my father, my mother, Jan and his wife double dated the junior prom. Morris Hills junior prom. So again, the Gorogs and Belliveaus go back a long, long way. I was fortunate enough to have Jan Belliveau as a coach for 4 years. I think Jay as well, who mentioned the freshman year. Jan Belliveau was my freshman coach. So I came into high school, and Chris Hickok as well. They are my freshman coaches. And everything that's been said about Jan Belliveau in terms of toughness and the need to get things done right is absolutely true. He demanded that things be done right. He was tough, and he was tough on you. And it's something, again, that has been instilled in me. And it's not just a football lesson, it's a life lesson. I think that's why we're all here. All the coaches who have dedicated their time to coach football, to coach boys, make them men. It's all about, what are you going to do after? You know, what are you going to do after high school? Maybe play some college ball, but what are you going to do? You got a lifetime ahead of you. You are focused on football at the time, but it's all about building for a life of, you know, dedication to what you're doing, facing adversity, dealing with adversity, being committed, and being driven. And that was instilled in me by Mr. Belliveau. He was not just a football coach, he was a person who taught life. Jan Belliveau also taught me how to drive. Quick story. Me and some will remember Mark Matola, Dave Cicchetti. So Jan would take us out and, you know, drive around. And, you know, you talk about a guy who had it going on. He'd take us out to drive, but we'd stop and pick up his dry cleaning. We'd run this errand, we'd run that errand. Whatever he had to do, he had us driving around doing it. I mean, you talk about multitasking. So it was just one of these things that I remember about Jan Belliveau. He was someone that just, again, was influential, so influential in establishing a base. And again, I don't think anyone here could disagree. You know, what we have here in Dover is a lot of pride. I live out in California now, and I talk to people out there, all my colleagues, guys who played ball out in California or wherever, but I'm always talking about Dover. about Dover pride, Dover toughness. You know, we got things done. So Dover's always here, man. It's always in the heart. It's wherever we are, Dover's with us, and we're talking about it, and we're proud of it. I'm really, really happy to be here. I'm honored to be here. And Jan, thank you for your coaching and really, you know, setting me up for life, because it means a lot. Coach Tardivi, Bodner, all you guys, thank you very much. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today without the base that these guys gave me. And I think I speak for everyone else that these guys gave all of us. So thank you. I've been a little bit broken up here, but I appreciate it. I'm going to end my words now. And again, I'm so happy to be here. So happy to see everyone. Coaches, thank you. You know, you're always with us. So thank you. One other thing I want to do, I want to bring Jan Belliveau up for a moment. We have a little present for him. Dover football, present you with a nice gold football for everything you've done. Thank you. Thank you.
Don't get off that easy.
I don't know if we're following the script. Coaches, relax. I am overwhelmed at what I see here tonight and what I feel here tonight. The love, the commitment, the pride in Dover, the great words that have been spoken about the coaches, your teammates, and everybody. I'm honored to be one of the coaches here tonight receiving this award. I also want to congratulate the other coaches, Coach Bodner, Coach Tardivi, and Coach Hickok. I worked with them for many, many years, and I know how great and how committed they were to teaching lessons of life. I also like to thank Rodney, Kathy Miller, Dee Dee, Anthony, and everyone else that put so much into this night. I expected it to be a great night, and it's exceeded my expectations by 20. I just can't believe the work that went into this. I also want to mention my memories of Dover, of the Dover athlete. Probably the best young people I could have ever asked to work with. What do I remember as characteristic of you people? Number one, your loyalty to the program, your pride in the program, which is still evident here tonight. But probably the number one trait that I remember most was your toughness. There were no athletes in North Jersey that were tougher than you people. I have to mention also that I think that there's an old saying, we didn't outscore every opponent, but we did out-hit them, and that's really true of you people. Thank you for that commitment. I also have to mention the commitment of my wife for being so supportive over the years. Being a coach's wife is no easy task. Working for Jerry was a great time, but we did work very hard, And we had many long nights. Believe it or not, we used to meet until midnight on Sunday night, getting ready for the next week. I also, I guess we're here tonight to honor the Tardivi years, or the Tardivi legacy, the greatest in Dover football history. Jerry was and is the winningest coach, but the wins don't even begin to tell the story. Jerry taught football, but he taught, as has been said here, lessons of life. Jerry met adversity with a positive attitude, always moving forward and making the most of the situation. What I remember best about Coach Tardivi is his always leadership, always out front, never asking anyone to do anything he wouldn't do. I personally learned more coaching with Coach Tardivi than probably any of you people did, but I know you also learned an awful lot. Jerry was the best coach that I've ever worked with, and he's probably the best person. I'm a better person for having worked with Jerry, and I'm sure you are too. Thank you very much.
One of the good things about Dover coaches was their ability to relate to a multicultural student body. We were way ahead of the game when it came to ethnicity and tolerance for other races and religions and cultures. In 1985, my quarterback was Junior Gwaltney, was biracial. One of our halfbacks, Keith Smith, was a light-skinned African-American with freckles. Our other halfback was Robert English, who was a Jamaican-American. Our tight end was Anela Brew from South America. We had guards named Torres and Zanotti. And they were way ahead of the game. Here's a little video that showed how they got down and they really got into our culture. A big part of the Dover days during the 1980s and 90s, when football was winning, the food tasted better, the grass was greener, the sun shined hotter. But the leaders of our school of spirit were the cheerleaders. I'm going to bring up two, Dianna Porphy and Casey Northern. Please come up.
All right, I come here with this cell phone because we were trying to figure out what the hell we were going to say tonight. I'm the quiet and shy one from Dover. We're all here for football players, for the coaches, but it was a big part to be part of the 1984 state champ football team. I want every one of you that took part, football, cheerleading, band, please stand up and give these people a round of applause, because we are the ones that started this damn dynasty for Dover High School. Come on, guys. Now, I would do some backflips, but those days are long gone. You've seen me rock my splits, though. It was an absolute honor and privilege to be the captain of the cheerleaders. That was something I had a passion for since 3rd grade. When I got to high school, I knew my skills were pretty good, so it was an absolute honor to be on the varsity cheerleading squad much earlier than my classmates. I don't know what else to say. This is crazy. But cheerleading has since changed tremendously. Michelle, my co-captain, we went and watched the cheerleading group of today's team, and it was very disappointing. There was no team spirit. Our gang that was there had more spirit than what was on that football field. Our football players instilled more spirit in the football players that were there. Cheerleading, they didn't do a cheer. I was always taught, you get these guys riled up. Don't matter how you do it, you just get out there, yell, scream, and shake your butt. I don't know what else to say. This is just an absolute unbelievable weekend. Amazing to see everybody from all the years. And like I said, I am absolutely honored to be part of the state champion 1984 team. Guys, thank you. Love you.
I guess my experience was a little bit different. I learned the game from walking up and down the field, following Mr. Stillman, writing stats. I can remember as a freshman watching you doing your flips and thought you were like awesome. And I don't know, this whole thing has been so memorable, and I don't know.
Should we do a cheer?
No. That would be a negative. I have to say, my youngest son played for Dover, and they watch the highlight films all the time. I'm so used to seeing them. Don't tell them that I said this, but they don't mean half as much to me as the highlights that I saw today. I'm like, oh my God, I remember being at a lot of those games. But I just wanted to say that I'm really proud of all of you. You guys have all, set the standard, actually, for Dover, and it's actually kind of sad to see how the football program is actually dwindling in Dover. I don't have boys that go to Dover anymore, and I'm one of the parents that are still in the concession stand helping out every Friday. We've got to build the program back up, or else, we're not going to be able to do this in another 30 plus years. But I just wanted to say thank you, and that's it.
Next up is a man who was dedicated over a decade volunteering to build young players up, to help young minds. I'm going to bring up Scott Mack. Who is the head of the Dover Midget program.
Thank you. Thanks, Rod. Again, I know we're probably repeating ourselves millions of times on how great a job Rodney and Tony Scinto and obviously Victor putting a lot of highlight stuff together. I'm just here to give a little brief on the conduct of what we've learned, coming through the midget program. And obviously we're honoring 4 great gentlemen here tonight, but I just want to recognize some guys that actually put a little bit other groundwork as we moved up together with our teams. Obviously, we talked about Mr. Gorog, senior and junior. They did a lot of great things for us. Al Ritter ran the program for a long time. Mr. Zanotti ran the program for a long time. Everybody knows Dennis Toohey. I mean, what he got away with, I mean, shit. Mr. Alperti was also another great teacher of ours. Mr. Swayze, Mr. Albano, Mr. Hall, and obviously a real dear person for me was Mr. Rivas. Taught me a lot of stuff, technical stuff with learning how to throw the ball, running the ball, whatever, taking time out. These men all gave their time for free. Volunteerism is very lacking in our town at this point. I know a lot of you have gone away and done other things, but I live in Randolph. I've been doing the program for a long time. I've had a lot of good guys, a lot of supporters. Our mayor has been in our back and helping us out and trying to do some new things. We had gone through numerous head coaches through the high school. A new coach that just came in now, he's here tonight, Coach Nick. Real thankful for him to be here. Let him see this legacy and let him understand what we're all about and how it's been. The biggest thing for me is, we definitely have to get some more people involved. Years have passed, but the town is still the same. It's the same kids, the same adversities that they're going through. And I want everybody to understand that we definitely need people's help. Obviously, we put something together. Rodney did a great job, and you figure it was only a small group of people that did that. And if we can get a larger group to get back into our community a little bit, just a little help here and there, who knows where our program can go. Our biggest problem is numbers. So, obviously, Dover's changed a little bit as far as adversity. Soccer's a little bit bigger in our town. Obviously, you see professional athletes. They all tell the story about concussions, and a lot of people don't want their kids to play football, and it's a dying breed at this point. And I think it's very important that we try to instill everything that we all have gone through and put back into our programs, into our kids. And remember, some of these paid athletes, they wouldn't be making the money that they're making today if they didn't play the game. So that's something big for us that we have to try to fight back. But as far as our town, Dover, listen, the kids are the same. Like I said before, we go to Hopakon, with, them looking across us. And, I remember us fighting in the parking lot and doing things that were, kind of crazy back then. And, going to Mendham, they had afros and their faces painted black. So, these are things that some of our kids today still go through in a different way. We went, funny story, we played Jefferson in a scrimmage game last year. Now, 85% of our kids are Latinos. And we were up there and we were playing a good scrimmage, and a kid came back to the huddle and he was all mad. He's like, "Coach, this kid across from me called me the N-word. He's like, what is that? I'm not that, I'm Spanish. What's going on here? So, like I said, even the times have changed. There's still, the bigotry is still out there in some of these towns. And that's what makes Dover, this blue-collar, hard-working town, pull together at all times and do the greatest accomplishments. And that's a credit to all of you and some of your children that are in our programs. And the guys that have left, just remember, I know orange and black is in your hearts forever, but sometimes come back a little bit extra. Let's not wait 30 years. Let's try to do something a little bit sooner. I'm real thankful to be a part of this tonight. The guys that are being honored is, Mr. Tardivi, Mr. Belliveau, Mr. Hickok, and Mr. Bodner were a great inspiration for me as well. And like a lot of guys have said, I know everybody can't come up here and speak, but I just really want everybody to really grasp this today. And today we had a coaches, well not a coaches, but a players session. I never heard so much great things and passion from guys, and I'm glad to be a part of this town. Thank you very much.
All right, our last speaker before dinner is Mr. Tony Scinto. Tony is going to be the head of the newly formed Dover Alumni Association. He will speak on that. Thank you.
Wow, what a night. I'm here to launch the Dover Tigers Football Alumni Association. Starting on Monday, with Rodney's help, the reunion website will transform into the alumni website. We envision this website to be a place where everyone can go and network with other players and coaches. This will be our headquarters for future team reunions and events. We will have business advertising section where we can all go to patronize Dover Tiger alumni businesses. We will have an online store where you can buy Dover Tiger apparel, highlight films, and other special one-of-a-kind items. There will be a large photo section where everyone can post pictures and they'll be displayed. Our intention is to fund this association with the sales of apparel and donations from you, the alumni. The proceeds from the t-shirt sales will go towards the first annual Dover Tiger Alumni Tardivi Family Scholarship that will be given to a Dover High School football player this year. And hopefully this will become an annual scholarship. Our plans are to hold a reunion get-together every year at a Dover Tiger home game and to be available to assist any Dover Tiger team in planning their own reunion, whether large or small. We would like to establish a relationship with the school and football coach to be able to assist the football team in whatever they need. We will be forming a Hall of Fame where players, coaches, and other Dover Tiger family members will be recognized for what they did on the field, in the classroom, and off the field, or behind the scenes. Many other things are planned for the future. This Alumni Association will be as big as you, the alumni, want it to be. This allows us to be heard. It also ensures that our legacy and the legacy of these coaches are never forgotten. I'd like to announce the original 10 Dover Tiger Alumni Association council members. Myself, Mike Gilbert, Keith Smith, Glenn Miller, Bruce Rhymes, Keith Reedus, Alan Bell, Curtis Cheatham, Tony Moran, who will be our historian, and Rodney Lane, who will be the special advisor to the council. Thank you.
All right, we're going to start to eat now. I need the guy Keith, the guy Keith from Morristown. Is he here? All right, we're going to start with Coach Tardivi's table right here. We're going to go up. There's a buffet on that side. These first two tables are going to go up on that side. I guess it's he's late. Guys, Keith right here.